Have you ever caught yourself doing something completely different instead of an important task, like cleaning your room, arranging books on a shelf, or wiping dust from your desk? It feels like you're busy, but in reality, you're just avoiding the main task. Even when you walk to the fridge, even though you just checked it 5 minutes ago, that's the same mechanism. It's called procrastination. This is a psychological phenomenon, the conscious postponement of important tasks despite knowing the negative consequences. It's not the same as laziness. People who procrastinate often feel stress, guilt, and anxiety, while replacing unpleasant tasks with simpler, less important ones. And the most fascinating part, it's not just a bad habit or laziness, it's deeply wired in our brain. Why does this happen? The answer lies in dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for motivation and reward. When we avoid difficult tasks and replace them with easier ones, the brain still rewards us with a small dose of dopamine. It says, "Well done, you did something," even if it was just mindlessly scrolling through social media. The problem is the brain learns this shortcut: minimal effort, instant reward. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. Serious tasks become associated with discomfort and delay, while trivial distractions become associated with pleasure. That's why we often feel exhausted just by thinking of a big project, but spend hours on small distractions with ease. But here's the good news. Procrastination is not a life sentence or a sign of weakness. It's more like a bad habit that can be replaced with better ones. One method is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Writing a short email, putting a cup into the dishwasher, or opening the right document. You won't even have time to feel resistance, and your brain will be rewarded for completing the action. This creates a chain of small victories that add up. The second method is breaking large tasks into very small steps. Instead of the abstract goal, write a thesis, make the simple step, open the file and write the first sentence. Instead of run a marathon, the step is put on sneakers and walk outside. This way, you trick the brain. It doesn't see a huge mountain of work, only a small pebble. And for that little step, it gives you dopamine immediately. Small steps grow into big results. Another important principle is the right reward system. If you promise yourself to watch your favorite show or play a game only after finishing a certain stage, your brain starts associating work not with a burden, but with the condition for pleasure. Over time, you reprogram it. Real rewards come not from small distractions, but from finishing meaningful work. Of course, you might ask, what if you don't even have the energy to start? That's where the 5-minute rule helps. Tell yourself, I'll just work for 5 minutes. Most of the time, after those 5 minutes, you'll already be in the flow and keep going. Our brain often fears the beginning, not the process itself. There's also the technique Pomodoro. The idea is simple. Work for 25 minutes, then take a short break. This prevents overload and keeps the brain alert. Over time, these cycles become a habit, and you start working productively without even noticing. Procrastination is also tied to our fear of failure. Often, we delay tasks not because they're hard, but because we fear doing them imperfectly. Perfectionism paralyzes action. The key is to allow yourself to do things imperfectly. You can always edit later, but first you need a draft. To better control habits, you need to understand that dopamine is not only about pleasure, it's about anticipation. If you train your brain to expect rewards after real work, not instead of it, you'll break the procrastination loop. It won't happen in a day, but step by step, you'll notice yourself starting tasks more easily and finishing them faster. Think about it. Every time you choose a distraction instead of an important task, you train your brain to avoid difficulty. But every time you take a small step in the right direction, you form a new association. Serious tasks can bring satisfaction. These new neural connections will make you more productive. Procrastination doesn't mean you're lazy or weak. It just shows that your brain has chosen the shortcut to rewards. But you can always reprogram it. Small tasks, proper rewards, permission to be imperfect, and focusing on beginnings rather than the perfect finish. These are the simple keys. In short, Procrastination is not laziness, but a habit caused by dopamine mismanagement. And with the 2-minute rule, task breakdown, reward systems, and the tomato technique, you can overcome it. And once you understand this mechanism, you'll manage your focus and energy much more effectively. Your brain will work for you, not against you. Instead of endless distractions, you'll see how real results bring far greater satisfaction. If you apply these methods in your life, you'll notice not only higher productivity, but also a healthier attitude toward work, learning, and even rest. Because real freedom isn't escaping tasks, it's the ability to control yourself. Thank you for being here. And remember, the best moment to start is now. Thank you for watching. And remember, the best time to start taking action is right now. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you could click the like button. It will really help my channel, because YouTube's almighty algorithm sees that people like these videos and shows my content to a wider audience. This helps more people start improving their lives. As always, thank you, and I hope this video has made you better than you were yesterday.